There is one question that has been asked for more than 2.500 years. From east to west, what is Buddhism? At first, many people answer quickly, Buddhism is a religion. That answer is not wrong, but it is incomplete, because Buddhism is far more than a religion. It is not merely ancient temples, magnificent Buddha statues, or sacred ceremonies. It is not simply lighting incense or praying for blessings. If we see Buddhism only through its outward forms, we are looking at a single leaf instead of the entire forest. At its heart, Buddhism is a path that teaches us to understand ourselves. More than 2.500 years ago, Prince Siddhartha left behind a life of luxury, not because he hated the world, but because he was searching for the answer to a question that humanity is still asking today. Why do people suffer? He saw an old man, he saw a sick man, he saw a dead body, and finally, he saw a wandering monk whose face reflected remarkable peace. From that moment, he realized that whether we are rich or poor, powerful or ordinary, every human being must face aging, illness, and death. Yet these experiences alone are not what make us suffer the most. Our greatest suffering comes from the way our minds respond to them. We suffer because we want everything to last forever. Even though everything is constantly changing, we suffer because we cling to the people we love. Forgetting that time never stands still, we suffer because we spend our lives chasing what we do not have while overlooking the blessings already in front of us. The Buddha called this reality impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Spring eventually gives way to summer, flowers bloom, then wither, youth fades into old age. Even our thoughts and emotions change from one moment to the next, yet somehow, we keep trying to hold on to things that cannot be held forever, and it is this attachment that gives rise to suffering. What makes the Buddha extraordinary is that he did not merely point out that suffering exists, he also explained why suffering arises, showed that it can come to an end, and revealed the path leading to its end. These teachings are known as the Four Noble Truths. The first truth is that suffering exists, the second is that suffering has causes, the third is that suffering can end, and the fourth is that there is a practical path leading to freedom from suffering. This path is called the Noble Eightfold Path. It is not simply a list of 8 teachings to memorize, it is 8 ways of living: to think wisely, to speak truthfully and kindly, to act without causing harm, to earn an honest living, to cultivate mindfulness, to train the mind through concentration, and to develop wisdom that sees reality as it truly is. Many people believe that practicing Buddhism means becoming a monk, living in a monastery, or withdrawing from society, but the Buddha never taught that everyone must leave their family behind. Instead, he taught that the greatest transformation begins within the mind. A person who can master their anger is stronger than someone who has won 1,000 battles. A person who knows how to forgive sleeps more peacefully than someone who carries resentment every day. A person who knows when enough is richer than someone who possesses the entire world but is never satisfied. That is why Buddhism is often described as the path of wisdom. Unlike many traditions, the Buddha never asked people to believe simply because he said so. Instead, he encouraged everyone to observe, to experience, and to verify the truth for themselves. If a teaching helps you become calmer, kinder, less greedy, less angry, and more compassionate, then that teaching has value. If it does not, continue seeking with an open and honest mind. This spirit of inquiry makes Buddhism not a system of blind faith, but a lifelong journey of self-discovery. So if someone asks you, what is Buddhism? Perhaps the simplest answer is this: Buddhism is the path of awakening. It teaches us how to understand suffering, transform our minds, and cultivate wisdom and compassion so that genuine peace can arise from within. Remember this: the Buddha never promised to change the world for us. Instead, he showed us how to change ourselves. When one person transforms, a family begins to transform. When families transform, communities become stronger, and when communities transform, the world itself becomes a more peaceful place. Thank you for listening. May you find wisdom, compassion, and peace on your journey. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.